When working with arrays, there are two basic ways to declare an array. That is through an explicit or an implicit subscript. I have two examples in the Visual Basic environment. The first example creates our array called name array. You'll notice that within the parentheses there is not a subscript. In other words, it is empty. That is because I'm declaring the data that is to be stored in the array on the same line as the dim statement itself. When you declare an array in this manner, you do not specify the number of elements or the highest subscript. Visual Basic will calculate what that number is based on the actual contents of the data that you place in the brackets. Notice that you still need to provide the name and the data type, in this case string. And then you enclose in brackets separated by commas each element of the array. In this example we're using string data, so therefore each name is enclosed in quotation marks. If this were numeric data, then you would not use quotation marks, but you would still separate each piece of data with a comma. Now the second example, which I have placed in the form load event, is declaring an array with a high subscript of 10. You'll see the number 10 in parentheses. This array, which is being called items array, is capable of storing 11 elements, that is 0 through 10. It has a static size, meaning that it is not changeable unless I were to alter the high subscript. I don't have to enter 11 elements. I can enter up to 11 elements. In this case, I'm entering 6 pieces of data, and I'm choosing to start at location number 1, although I could start at 0 or any location within the range of 0 through 11 in the array called items array. Notice in each example I am referencing the name of the array, in this case items array, followed by a subscript. Now the order in which I have them listed is not important, because each one of these pieces of data is being stored in a very specific location within the array called items array. That is, the word desk is being stored in the items array sub 1 location, and the word computer is being stored in the items array sub 2 location, and so forth. Now once the data is stored in the arrays, it does not matter in which manner the data became there. It simply is now available for the user and for the programmer to then manipulate in any way they so choose. Just keep in mind these are two ways that you will see when working with arrays. Is that you will see a number in parentheses indicating the high subscript, or you may see in the first example an empty parentheses, but then you need to have the actual data that is to be entered into that array when the program is executed. We will look at other examples of loading an array and also more on subscripts in another movie.